everyone, it's Brittany from the Newnan Carnegie Library, and today I'll be presenting 5 tips for using Canva. So let's get started with our first tip. I'll tell you about the elements. Now you may know about the elements, there's a whole lot of them on there, but did you know that you can change the colors of them? So if you find the look you want, but it doesn't match your color scheme, you can generally fix that. So once you highlight it, if you go to the upper left-hand corner, typically where you would choose the color of your font, you can actually adjust the color of the element. So I'm making that purple and I want to change the font in the middle, and I've made that black, or I can make it gray to match my background. You can do this with many of the elements, but not all. So let's try with the stickers. Stickers don't work, and you'll know because it won't pop up in the left-hand corner. But these leaves, it will. So maybe I'm making a fall motif, and I want to use a nice brown color. I don't want the pink. Can use a nice dark deep brown, and then can go over here to the other color, the accent color, and maybe use a lighter brown to add some texture. And now I have some beautiful fall leaves. Moving on to our second tip. Now you may have noticed our logo at the bottom. Our logo actually didn't start out like that. So if we go over to our uploads, we can see what it looked like originally. So we'll scroll down until we find our lovely logo designed by our reference librarian, Elizabeth, actually. You can see it had a white background, which is pretty common for a lot of pictures and logos. I'm just scaling it down to size. Now I've hidden it behind some letters, so I'll have to move those letters out of the way, get my logo moved where it needs to go, and then put those letters back. But that's an easy fix. Now I've got my logo where I want it to be. I've got it to the size I want it. Now if you look in your upper left-hand corner, you'll see the word effects. You're going to click on effects, and then you're going to click on background remover. It's at the very top because I use it quite often, but there's several other filters you can use, but the background remover is what you want here. So you're going to click on it. It's going to look a little wonky, and then boom, white background is gone, and it looks very nice and professional. You can do this with other photos as well. So here we've got our bingo game. Love bingo, and our patrons do as well. I'm just going to move it, and then I'm going to click on effects and then background remover. Now you can see it didn't work here. So if that happens to you, it's because the background color is too close to my background on my Instagram post. So I just moved it to a different color, and then it will work. So again, going to effects and then background remover. Looks a little wonky, and then there it goes. So while the background didn't look terrible, it just gives a much cleaner look, almost like we cut it out. Right, on to our third tip. This one has to do with our wording. So let's start by designing an Instagram post. It's summertime here, so let's search for summer. And Canva has so many great pre-designed letters, but sometimes when we're adjusting the lettering or we're writing our own, the spacing can get a little wonky looking, or maybe we're trying to fit a bunch of words in a small space. And so if you go up here to the right-hand corner with the little lines, you can actually adjust the letter height and the line height, which can give a crisper look, but also allow you to fit more words without adjusting your font size. And it's these little details like this which can really make a difference when you're designing your projects to making them look more professional. Now it's really simple. If you get too crazy and you're like, whoa, I need to go back to how it was. If you look, there's a little vertical line, and you can easily adjust it to go back to that vertical line, and it'll go back to the original way it was designed. Time for our fourth tip. Now here we are using our pre-designed letters again. And as you can see, if you try to move this, it's going to move all of the words. You can't just move one section. But if you want to do that, there is a way to fix it. So what you're going to want to do is highlight the part that you want to move and then delete it. But before you delete it, you want to take note of the font and the font size. So now that I've deleted, I'm just going to go to text and add a subheading. And now I can move that wording wherever I want it to go. But because I made note of my font size and my font type, I can go ahead and adjust it. So going back to Glacial Indifference, choosing my font size, and then I can adjust the color as I need it. So while there is no trick or tip to be able to just change one part of these pre-designed letters, there is a workaround. So I'm trying what's up, change the wording a little bit, change it to white, and then there we are. and then I left all the other wording the same. It's time for our fifth and final tip. Now, I've adjusted my wording a little bit and I've completed my Instagram posts, but what if I want to make a flyer that looks exactly the same way? You can easily do that. Now, you could start from scratch and just pick your background and take note of your words and all that fun stuff. But if you go in your upper left-hand corner, you'll see the word resize. And you can see you can resize this to anything: a poster, a cover photo, a flyer, a gift certificate. So you can really take these themes and only design it once and make minor adjustments. So once I click on flyer, it's going to open a new tab. It's going to make a copy. And as you can see, it's almost perfect. It's stretched that background. Now, there are a few adjustments that need to be made as far as font size and things like that, but those are easy and quick to do. So I'm just going to make it summertime a little bit bigger and my surf's up, get it back centered, and then there we go. And it's not going to delete that Instagram post. If you see up there, it says copy of. So if we go back and go home and go to all of our designs, we can actually easily find both that Instagram post and the new flyer we just made in seconds. All right, I appreciate you joining me. Thanks for watching.